The next thing that many of you are going to want to do, or one of the last things that all of you are going to want to do, is to put the holes into the sides where it's going to be joined by those rivets, those plastic rivets. Okay, now this little picture at the top actually has a purpose. If you zoom in on it, you can see what is drawn on here is a miniature version of a lampshade, as you would have it done. It includes the holes. Okay, and there's a little note up here saying that holes should be 6 millimeters. So what we're going to do is we're going to draw some holes on one side first of all that are exactly 6 millimeters. Now the circle tool is actually called the ellipse tool, and it's hidden behind the rectangle tool. Now we could try dragging this out and reading those little numbers on the tool to try and get exactly 6 millimeters, but you're going to find that extremely difficult. So what I'm going to suggest that you do is if you just tap on the page, it will ask you how big you want that circle to be. So if we type in 6 by 6 and then press OK, we get a circle that is exactly the right size for what we want. What we then want to do is we want to put it somewhere near the edge where we want it to be, not touching the edge. There needs to be a little space. And in order to copy and paste this, you could select it and press Edit, Copy, Edit, Paste. But that's no good for what we want to do. Let's start working like pros. If you click on this and drag it out and hold down the Alt button or the Option button on your laptop, you'll see that that black arrow turns into 2 arrows. And what that is telling you is it's going to make a copy of it. So if I release it, you'll see that it's made a copy right where that is. Now we can go even better than that. If I drag this off, I hold down Option and I hold down Shift, it will lock it into a straight line directly underneath the one that we've already drawn. So I might drop it somewhere near the bottom of the page, and it will make a copy of it directly below it. Okay, if I do the same thing again, Alt Copy, I can put 3 of these holes in a straight line near each other. Now if you really want to get fancy, we could select all 3 of these holes and we could make sure that they were equally spaced. The gap between them was exactly right. The way that we do that is we go up to the top and press Align, and see where it says Distribute Objects? Okay, and we choose the vertical distribute center. If we do that, watch what happens to that middle one. Do you see it move ever so slightly? I was pretty close with my estimation, I was quite lucky. But if it was way off, then it would be even better. Okay, I'll drag it down here and you can see what happens. Here you can see that they are very clearly not equally spaced. If I go to Align, Distribute, Vertically Distribute Center, you can see that it jumps right to the middle and they're exactly right. Now, if we're going to have 3 holes here, we're going to need matching holes on the opposite side. So if I select all 3 of these, I can once again drag it over, hold down Alt to make a copy, and hold down Shift to make sure that they line up perfectly. If I release that over there, I've got matching holes on both sides that I'm certain when I wrap that thing round are going to line up perfectly.